Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I want to touch on a subject that I'm sure many of you have questions on, and something that I think is super important when ultimately deciding to pursue a career in medicine, and that subject is money. Or more specifically, just how much will medical school actually cost you? So, according to the AAMC, which is the American Association of Medical College, the average cost of medical school is around $270,000. That includes public schools and private schools. And so, also according to the AAMC, after just 4 years, so after a medical school student graduates, the average indebtedness is usually around $190,000 to $200,000. That's on average. It's not rare to see some students under that and some students over that, much over that. Some students graduate with $300,000, $400,000 of debt. I don't know about y'all, but for me, that is an insane amount of money. I am not used to that much money. And the fun really doesn't end there because usually, say you take out those $200,000 for medical school, really that comes with an interest, of course. And following medical school, you go into residency where you're, working 60 to 80 hours a week, and you're not getting paid that physician, that attending salary that you'll get paid later on in your career when you're finally done with everything. And so you can't really make a big impact on that debt. You can't pay it off really as well as you would later. So what many students do is they defer their payments, and so that interest accumulates during residency more so than it was already accumulating during medical school. So by the time they finish their residency and they finally get around to paying off their loans and really making monthly payments on that, it's not rare to see a $200,000 debt turn into a $300,000 debt, $400,000 debt after everything's finally said and done and you've paid off your payments for medical school. This isn't to scare anyone about going into medicine. I know those are big numbers, but honestly, there are ways to pay it off. There are also ways to borrow less in the first place. There are scholarships, there are grants, both merit and need-based. So even though I think it's definitely a topic that shouldn't be ignored and it should be taken into the equation when making a decision about whether or not to pursue a career in medicine, it's definitely bearable, guys, and thousands of students have done it in the past and gotten through their debt and lived a happily ever after life in the end. And if you pursue a career in medicine, so will you. It's just kind of how it goes. However, with that said, I really want to harp on the fact that medicine is an investment, and in my opinion, a really good one. And here's why, guys. When you're investing in yourself, especially in your education, that's invaluable. Medicine is education. It's lifelong learning. At the very least, it's a strong base for lifelong learning. And say with a company where you take out loans to help that physical company, if you default on your loans, if you can't pay those loans, the bureau can go after your wages, they can garnish your wages, they can take away all of your physical assets. But with education, with medicine, that's something that's in your brain. They can't take that away, guys. That's always going to be with you. And so that in itself makes the investment completely worth it. You'll always be a doctor. You'll always have that ability to help your fellow man And as much as you default on your loans, which I do not recommend, but if you do for some reason, that's not something they can take away from you. So what I really want to convey with this video, in the end, is it really worth it? Absolutely, Yes, it is most definitely an investment, and money is a part of the equation and it should be talked about. Everybody wants financial freedom. Everybody wants a stress-free life. In the United States, that's financial freedom is arguably probably the most important part of living a stress-free life. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't be what drives you away from pursuing your dreams. Guys, I'm in the middle of that debt right now. I've just started my first year. I've already asked for those loans. It's been done. It's going to start to accumulate interest. And is it scary? Yes, of course. But at the end of the day, after those 4 years, after I complete my residency, hopefully, I'll be a physician. I will have accomplished my ultimate goal, and that to me is more important than anything. And I know I'll pay back those loans. Medicine is definitely something in the end. It's a well-paid job. It's a stable job, and you, like everyone else, will be able to pay back those loans and live that financially stable life. So I hope this video provided a little bit of insight into the cost of becoming a physician and cost of medical school in the United States. There's definitely a lot more that goes into it, and I am not a financial advisor by any means. I have done a lot of research into the subject, as I'm sure many pre-meds do before ever going into the field, and I can definitely delve into the topic a bit more in the future if y'all want me to. So with that, if you have any comments or questions about the cost of medical school or anything else related to medical school, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I really want to be as transparent with you guys as possible so that you're really informed about this career, especially if you're a pre-med student, and I know there's a lot of decision making that goes into ultimately making that choice to go into medicine. So yeah, that's it. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay healthy, stay safe. Adios.